Good morning, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Welcome to new subscribers. I appreciate you. Please continue to share and refer this channel. I do appreciate it. All right. I have been watching hours and hours and hours of video regarding the Russian-Ukrainian war. No, I don't plan to talk about it directly, but I am looking at what is working for the people in the cities, what is working for the people in rural areas, and what is definitely not working at all. First off, if you knew war was coming and you were in a city and you're saying, I got to get out of here, you don't do it the day of rockets flying in the air and all that kind of stuff. You should have been long, long gone, because you realize now, leaving the day of the attack or the war or the bombardment, first off, ATMs are closed, no money. Secondly, highways are parking lots. So if you say, I got this great utility trailer, it's filled with all these totes full of food and ammo and camping supplies, and I got water and I got gasoline, and we're gonna have a picnic. But if you leave too late and you're out there on the highway with a utility trailer full of stuff, what good is it? If you have to abandon your vehicle with your family in tow, you left too late, and that utility trailer full of stuff becomes someone else's property that is willing to steal it and take it back home because they're close to the highway. I want you to think about that. So lesson one, know when to bug out, leave early. I also want you to take a look at what you have in your apartment or in your home, inside the city and close to the suburb. Take a look at it. I want you to prioritize what has to go, what could go, and what isn't going at all. What should go would be you, your family, your loved ones, food, as much water as you could pack inside your vehicle, clothing for appropriate seasons, medical supplies in case you get sick or injured or anything else like that. Stress, people are going to be stressed out. There's going to be headaches, there's going to be migraine, there's going to be diarrhea, there's going to be vomiting. Everything to deal with high stress, that should be included in your bug out supplies. Those are priorities. If you are saying, I am going to take my hamster and my guinea pig and my canary and my $7,000 macaw, and we're bugging out, and you reach the bus station, train station, or wherever you're going, and they're saying, dude, you can't take your dog, your guinea pig, your snake, your boa, your gray parrot that talks 5 different languages, it's not getting on this bus or train, and it's not staying in this camp. Fly, be free. You better rethink about what you're doing. You better have alternative plans and a safe place to accommodate those in plenty of time. So look at what you have, pack up what needs to go. You realize ATMs are not going to be open, banks are not going to be open, restaurants are not going to be in there for your morning Starbucks. All right? So if you're saying, I got to have my coffee, I suggest you pack instant coffee with a little rocket stove to heat up your cup of coffee with water so you can function. You better think about that. Rethink your priorities. Have alternative plans. Think about what's coming. Think about what you're going to have to leave behind. If you're saying, I can't take my M4 carbine with my 5,000 rounds of ammunition and my tactical blade and my plate carrier and everything else, well, then do you have a way to store it someplace where it's not going to be easily found and you can come back to functioning equipment? I will be honest with you, I just ordered more gun sleeves from Amazon. I can't carry all that stuff. I'm not going to walk 25 miles, and the missus certainly can't walk that, carrying a 7-pound piece of iron and hip guns and knives and backpack and everything else. I may have to leave those behind, so I'm going to wrap them in gun sleeves and everything else, and I'm going to hide them. Hopefully nobody will find them because I had to leave it behind. I did not see any long guns on any of these civilians heading up the road. I didn't see any handguns. Now, I don't know what the laws were in Ukraine, but I do know what the laws are on evacuation. It's every man for himself. And if I'm walking in a line of civilians 20 miles long and I reach the train station or bus station to go to Poland or wherever, and they're saying no guns, no ammo, no knives, no anything on this train, hand them over, and you just carried it 25 miles, how pissed are you going to be? You better think about that. Keeping in mind that if a city is hit, and I'm not talking like a sudden tornado or a fire or anything else, an unexpected event, but if we are talking a planned event, like the potential for war, and all of a sudden you're seeing it breaking out, the city population is going to go to the suburban, urban areas. They're going to flood the parks. I'm out of the city, at least I'm safe and I can get a cup of coffee and I can go to, Lowe's or whatever and replan there. But if the wave of migrants, for lack of a better word, refugees from the cities overwhelms the suburban neighborhoods and urban areas, the suburban, urban, and city will then migrate out to my area, the rural country, and saying, oh, there's woods out here, we can stay out here, nobody's going to be shooting rockets out in the middle of nowhere, in just wooded areas on the hopes of killing me. That may not be happening, but I guarantee you, if you go strolling up on somebody's driveway out in the middle of nowhere, or camping out in the middle of the farmer's field and saying, oh, look, there's sheep, there's goats, there's chickens, there's cows, let's have a barbecue, I'm safe, you're not safe. People own the land, people own the woods, people hunt those woods. If you think you're going to come out here and say, I'm going to get me a deer or I'm going to fish in some farmer's pond, you're going to get dead. You better have stuff with you to live in a metro park or something else and defend yourself, because criminals love metro parks. Predators love metro parks. There are pervs out here that prey on women joggers, kids, adults, and everything else. Metro parks aren't exactly safe. So if you're going to bug out to the country, you better have a way to defend yourself and way to feed yourself. So rethink about that. If you have to leave in a hurry and you are fortunate enough to get in your car and head down the road, you better have maps, because, hey, Google Maps on your cell phone, the internet may not be working. Cell service may not be working. And if you're taking two cars, husband in the lead car, wife in the second car with all the kids, and saying, we got everything packed up, we're good to go, you better have a way to talk to one another via like radio, walkie-talkie, ham radio, whatever it is, CB radio. You better have a way to talk to one another saying, hey, I'm getting off this exit, and she doesn't see you or he doesn't see you exit. That person could miss you very easily. So communication will be very important. I'm redoing everything. I'm rethinking everything. How far can I go? Now, I'm in rural, so I don't need to really consider that. But I am considering, when I see the civilian militia running to defend their place, I see a lot of harness rigs, because they're older men like me. They're not going to be carrying 8-pound plates, 400 rounds of ammo, and everything else, a Kevlar helmet, and knee pads, and all this other kind of stuff. You're seeing a lot of harness rigs, water and bandoliers, your weapon, your sidearm, and that's about it. So if you're thinking I'm going to do all this stuff, gas mask on the leg holster and everything else, you better rethink that. You better watch videos and take notes on what works. And I can tell you right now, the priority is food and water. For a whole lot of people, they're going hungry and thirsty. That's pretty much it for this morning. But I'm watching a lot of other YouTube people. Oh, this is cool. This is, listen, screw that. You better start thinking how you're going to eat and sleep and have protection and a roof over your head. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Please continue to do so. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Greg out. I'm going to do another video.